So lately on the In The Blues channel, you've seen a whole bunch of retro demos come up, and I'd like to thank Mojo Stompboxes for allowing me to demo this. It's sort of opened my eyes to how great some of these old pedals are. I'm like totally blown away by some of them. Some of the overdrive pedals, for example, I think sound better than, you know, the current stock that they're selling. There's just some really great features on them. They're built like bricks, and it made me wonder whether or not there's been any sort of evolution in some of these pedals. I don't mean to like single out any companies by any means. I mean, they all make still great stuff, but nothing's really changed, which surprised me. And I almost see like less features available on some of their current stock as opposed to some of their stuff from the 70s and 80s. So yeah, I just thought that was an interesting point to sort of, you know, put the question out there. Is new stuff in terms of pedals any better than the originals, or any better than what they had available back in the 70s and 80s? And I'm not sure it is, to be honest. It looks nicer, you know, the enclosures are better. I'm looking at some of them on the floor. But in terms of functionality, like I did a Maxon overdrive pedal that has a mid scoop and mid boost. That's sort of like a frequency that you can dial in and out. That's fantastic. I don't know any Maxon pedal currently that has that. This would cover all bases as well. You wouldn't just be stuck with one kind of sound. You can actually dial it out or dial it in. But maybe it's just a sales thing. Like they offer one pedal that's set a certain way and another pedal that's set another way. Some of these old pedals have way more functionality. They're still working after, you know, all this time, you know, 30 plus years. So they obviously did something right. And yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I mean, I don't expect new Maxon pedals to break down. They're built like tanks, but I'm using that as an example in terms of the evolution of pedals. I'm starting to question whether or not a lot of the new stuff is any better or different to a lot of the old stuff. And basically, I don't think it is. I think since music's evolved, obviously, and there's a lot of pedals that are out now that wouldn't have been available back then, like the Pog 2, for example, those kind of pedals. Stuff that takes on like digital circuitry, all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the analog pedals, yeah, I'm really blown away by some of these old pedals that I've had a chance to demo. And there's plenty more coming up. So if you are watching on YouTube, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of some of these old pedals if you've had a chance to play them or test them, or even watch the videos and in comparison with some new stuff. I know a lot of my audience would have had a lot of these pedals in the past as well. And that's not to sort of dismiss new gear. I love new gear. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have had a comparison between the old stuff and the new stuff, definitely let me know your thoughts on that.